Hi, Anti-Society! Welcome back to the Anti-Social Planet. Today we are checking out Twice's Strategy EP, and I'm gonna be so real for a second and just admit that I'm not ready for this. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. Given what With Youth did to me, I know that this album is going to be a new obsession, and that's just me being like a little bit cautious looking at like the titles of the songs, because that alone has me already being like, the aura that we had with Strategy, right? That I know that I'm not going to be good after this. Like it's gonna be a problem. Like streaming services are gonna be a little concerned for my well-being, and I'm never going to fully recover. That being said, what a way to go, right? Excited to get into this album and see what we're dealing with, and just pray for me because I already know that this album is gonna take me out. Kiss My Troubles Away is an interesting title. That is what we're going with. Noted. Also, for this video, I've already scrolled down. I looked at the pinned comment. There's a couple of things that are not quite right with the line distribution, but I know about them. Everybody take a deep breath. Sure, okay. I don't know why Seungyeon is looking at me like that. I need it or not. Thank you. Okay, let's just go for it, I guess, because it's not gonna get easier. Okay, Dancy again. Strategy was fun, Dancy. Ooh, okay, I know I'm interrupting, but I love Mina's little vocal run on No. Love the tone that Taeyong had coming in there. Also love that we're getting some more of this synth pop. It feels very 80s dance, and we had that with Strategy and Magical, right? So I love that we're pulling that forward in this. Also, all English at this point? Is it all? Did I know whether or not it's an all English album or not? I don't think so. I suppose I will find out while going through this, but so far. No comment to the lyrics. Ooh, that vocal melody. Momo. No, I need y'all to not gang up on me with those layered vocals saying, "Won't you kiss it, baby?" No. Love the vocal melody that we had pre-chorus, and then it was just like really lifted and took off. But I need them to not give me lower tone from Momo and Junghyun specifically. That's a lot for me to process. Sorry, I'm just like, my brain is still trying to be like, walk past it. Love, they almost have this filter on some of the vocals, which I also think it's very 80s sounding to have a very specific post on the vocals, and I like that they're bringing even that in, the details of that. And love all these little like vocal runs. I said the one that Mina had, but then Nayeon had some in hers as well. Just these little vocal run moments that just add a little something to it. I have to listen to it, okay? It's like the crystallized with the like glass almost sound in the back. Ooh, just 1 second. Okay, one, I need you to also not give me Taeyong lower register. Okay, like all of them are digging into that lower part of the range, which I love that they're bringing so much of that into their newer music, because again, shifting into a more mature sound, I think that it's so interesting to see how they're changing the way that they go about the vocal dynamics of their songs is really interesting. So getting that deeper, darker tone to some of the ways that they're delivering is very in line with that. I also love that we're getting some great vocal fry in certain parts of the lines. They're putting in these little, again, textures into it just to make it a little more interesting, because a lot of the vocal melodies are in a very restricted pocket, right? There's not a whole lot of jumping around in the vocal melodies, with the exception of these little moments in the pre-chorus where we get these higher falsetto moments where they thin out their voices. Again, great contrast between those two. Then they had the little ad-lib vocals in the back for the two at the end of this line, which I just think is really cute. Again, these adding in these little moments of interest to go around this very steady beat that's happening in the production. There's very specific synth loops that are happening, and the vocal melodies aren't doing a whole bunch of jumping around, but really fun, really bright, and easy to sing along to. I think that what people are like, oh, the vocal range for most of this melody is like in this very restricted middle part kind of pocket, that people are like, oh, that makes it simplistic. But I think that in its simplicity, it makes it really accessible, right? Especially if this is an all English track, and it seems like it is. We've only had English lyrics up to this point. That makes it like a lot easier for international fans to be singing along with it, right? So I think that is also very intentional on their part. This is part of them making a really fun, catchy dance song that people can sing along really easily without having to worry about crazy jumps in the vocals, because I know they can do that. I've heard the previous two albums before this. I know they have crazy vocals on them. That this album seems to be so far just about them being like, let's just have some fun, right? Let's just, and again, it's like strategy. So I think it's like, hey, I'm gonna make you fall in love with me, and it's like through like just being like fun, and possibly we will lead into some other things going forward. I don't like, strategy was a lot the song, so I will not discount that they will go off later in the album. But so far, it's a fun introduction with this song too. Like do 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 do, it's so cute. Just like don't. Also, the like heavenly battery, that's like, it's cute. It's cute lyricism of like saying like, hey, even when I'm going through like a difficult, because I feel like I haven't really talked about the lyrics all that much, but you know, this whole idea of kind of getting lost in someone or having someone who can instantly make you feel better. And I feel like that kind of goes into this very like more simplified but very catchy, upbeat song, right? Like it is being with this person, you simplify everything, right? All of the things that I'm stressing about or anxious about, or all of the things that are bothering me, all of that falls away when I'm with this person, and everything simplifies down into, I just want to be present in the moment of being happy with this person. So I think that having some of the elements of the song be very simplistic isn't just for the accessibility of it, but it's also because it fits in line with what the song is about, right? It's about, I don't want to be thinking about all these other things. Let me get lost in the way that I feel about you instead. With the guitar. Ooh, that drum coming in. Oh, I love all the vocals together, but I also really like when we went into the last chorus there where they pulled back some of the production stuff, but they had a lot of the vocal ad-lib things going at the same time. So it just added in a little more interest. I really love the way that they're layering in different like, vocal things throughout all of the songs that I've heard of them, just like layering in these like fun little vocal things, like, I don't know, little treats in the background of the production. It's just always really nice. And I really like that. It's so much fun. It's so catchy. All English, which I wasn't expecting. I know nothing about this album other than like a couple of songs that I've heard. I don't have any background because I just avoid things so that I can go in and discover things in the moment. But love getting to hear a bunch of the lower range and then again flipping up into that falsetto. Not a lot of leaning into the belting. We got like a little bit with Jo's part. She get like a little tiny bit, but it's mostly just sitting in that really comfortable chest zone for all of their voices, which I really like. I like getting to hear that dynamic. And again, something that is supposed to be more simplistic, not just for the catchiness factor, but also because of the song itself is a bit like, I like that with you, everything kind of simplifies down into this moment, right? And being with you and the way that I feel about you and like the giddiness that comes with that. It's a really cute song. Definitely adding it to my playlist. I'm gonna be bopping to this all the time. So is there choreo? I feel like there has to be choreo just because dancey song. Could not be though. I don't know. Again, I haven't further investigated, so I don't know. But look, a much gentler start to this album reaction than I thought I would get. So maybe I'm just delighted by that. Literally every time I see this title, my brain goes, me likey, likey, likey. I feel like it's not going to be this though, given the picture selection and the fact that the last song was pretty cute and upbeat. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm waiting for the moment because we started with Hey Boy, right? So that we've set up the vibe of this album. So I'm just on edge. So we'll see what Like It has for me. It could be cute. It could. Still fun and synthy.
Maybe you can have fun in love with me, right? 지금 네 감정만 안 해도 알아. Baby, I know that you can get me off your mind. I can read a sign.
Ooh, okay. First off, getting like the first Korean in this album so far. Interesting. So not a full English album. I didn't think it was because I feel like I would have heard people talking about that. Anyway, I feel personally called out by this line though. Like the fact that you're gonna start with Mina and Taeyong and those are like two of like the first people I biased in this group. I feel a little bit like y'all are calling me out with this song specifically. But hey, going into the music of it, getting like a much higher part of the range, right? Getting a little bit more what we usually hear from Twice. I'm just gonna go back to the beginning for like personal reasons. In comparison to the previous song, much lower part of the range. And then this is getting into kind of the more poppy sound that we usually get from them. And it's a little bit of a brighter sound too. I like that B pad.
Maybe you can have fun in love with me, right? 지금 네 감정만 안 해도 알아. Baby, I know that you can get me off your mind. I can read a sign. 어설플 때도 완벽해. Living it, you just feel like 너는 세상을 못 벗어나. No way out, no way out.
No, I'm gonna need a few seconds to recover from the Nyan falsetto. They're gorgeous, angelic. I also feel called out by Sana's line because no Sana, no life. Like, don't we all know that you walk into your Sana phase and you never get out? I know that. I feel like we've all just accepted it, right? You could never truly tell how in denial you will be before you walk into your Sana phase. But one thing is for sure is that you never leave. I was like, they could flex on me with their vocals later on. Okay. Oh, that's what we're doing. Gotcha. This synths are really fun too in the back. No, I'm actually shaking because what do you mean? What do you mean? Duh has to come in like that and give me a vocal slide down. And we pulled back on the production? No, I can't function. I can't function with her being like that, especially if you're gonna have Dahyun come in right after that with those fun vocals. She's got like nice like texture in her voice. No, like the physical shaking. Okay, fine. I thought we were here to have the fun retro synthy time, which we are, but this is different. And I feel like it, in line with the kind of going through the album of strategy, right? Being like, hey, I know that I'm going to pull you in. I get it. I know. And then the last song being like having that moment of having that giddiness, having that like initial almost like getting lost in each other moment. And then this is the confidence leaking from this of I was right. This feels like the conclusion after strategy of being like, I told you that this was what was going to happen. I do love confident Twice though. I do like when they're like this. It's flirty and it's confident and it's different. I need there to not be a performance of this because I can't function with just the audio, and I can't be dealing with their aura, with their stage presence also singing this. I need that little like pre-chorus forever though. No. What is this song? What is it? I need Momo to not. I need her to stop. I need her to back so far away from me that I can actually breathe. Sui's tone here, gorgeous. But that may be some leftover bias wrecking from strategy. I'm not gonna lie. Sui came for me a little bit in that. Okay, quite a bit. I can't even pretend because the video exists. But then having gone back and perhaps watched the music video an unhealthy amount of times, Sui. And then Sunna's voice at the end there, her tone, beautiful. And I don't know if I've had a coherent thought. I don't know if I've put together a full sentence other than no. The vibrato too? First off, Nayeon's voice. Second, I need Momo to stop talking about how it's cute that we get flustered. Because she did that on strategy as well. I don't think I can get through this song. What do you mean it's 3 minutes? And I'm only a minute in, and I don't think I can do it. I will, but it's gonna be a journey. So I hope that you're settled in because okay, sure. Yeah, that I don't have anything else. That's all my brain has right now. Ooh, there's more elements this time. Oh, Nayeon. Gorgeous. No, don't gang up on me. Don't wind down. Don't wind down, because I know this is going to be a bridge, and I know that y'all cannot behave in a bridge. The moment that it was Junghyun in a lower part of a range and Dahyun, my brain just turned off. My brain was like, that, what do you mean? What do you mean? I forgot about the vocal slide down leading into the chorus. I like that we have some more of the production elements in there, especially given that Nayeon is more of a belting tone as opposed to the falsetto that we got before. Yeah, there should be other things that I'm talking about. The two of them singing together? That's unfair. That's not playing fair. What do you mean? At some point there were there's little keys sound. I had that thought and then I lost it because there were other things happening. Sure, fine. What is this song? And how do I tattoo it on my soul? That's where I'm at right now. How do I make it a part of who I am? Sure. Okay. The vibrato.
Time you touch it, get a rush, and I like it.
No. I don't even know where to go back other than just the beginning. Because what do you mean Jo just went off at the end of her part? What do you mean Nayeon Kiman, gorgeous vocals? What do you mean Taeyong repeated the line, but in a lower register, almost like this talk singing and the vocal fry, and then you're just gonna keep moving along. You're just gonna keep going like I'm supposed to function. I didn't have a wave of shivers throughout my entire body. What? I'm tired and I'm not even at the end of the song. Why? You may like it. I don't know how I'm supposed to be feeling right now. I like the step up with the synths. Every time you touch it, get a rush, and I like it. No. I'm sorry, what was that ad lib in the back? It's on this side. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All of you, back up. I went through this whole song being hey, every time that you have Mina and Taeyong doing a part right next to each other or together, I'm that seems unfair to me. That seems like you're personally coming for me. And then you're just gonna give me a final chorus where they're switching back. What? Huh? And then you're gonna go into Junghyun vocals? The way that she said and the music pulled back, I would like my soul back, please. I would like you to stop taking it. I would like it to be with me in my body. I would like to be able to have coherent thoughts. I like to process information. Huh? I don't have anything to say other than I think that my reaction may speak for itself. I feel like I might need to put myself on timeout or at least calm down a little bit. Okay, fine. Sure. Again, you might like it. I am having slightly different thoughts and opinions, other than it is probably going to be the song that I'm listening to on repeat, despite the fact that it'll have a negative effect on my mental health. I so need there to not be a performance. I cannot explain how scared I am at the idea that there is actually a performance of this. Will I watch it because my sense of self-preservation has been chucked out the window? Maybe, but it does scare me. What do you mean there are more songs? Sure. Fine. I might need a little bit of recovery time. I'm tired after the last one. What do you mean this is the sweetest obsession? I just had a moment of obsession. I have a new obsession. What do you mean we continue? So nervous now. I knew it though. I was like, I'm waiting for the moment. And we started off being like, oh, this was kind of cute and upbeat and I like it, ironically. Anyway, sure. This song now. Is that a synth or like a vocal sample that's been like processed a lot? First off, there's lots of things going on with the production and all these synths. I need Nyan to stop singing You and I in any context. It's a little triggering now after the last song. Fun though. Sorry, my brain is still a little bit rebooting for the previous song. We'll see how this goes. This song feels like a little bit of a shifting in the dynamic, right? Because we had strategy, which was, I know that I can make you love me. I know that I can make you obsessed with me. Then we had Kiss My Troubles Away, which was like, let's get lost in this, the moment, the present moment. Let's get lost in just the way that we feel about each other. Then Like It was, I was right. I knew that you were going to fall for me. This is inevitable. But this one feels almost like a change in dynamic of approaching as if being led. And we had the previous song was talking about your eyes follow me, you're possessed. This idea of you're like involuntarily behaving the way you are, feeling the way they are. Like it feels as if you don't have control over how you're feeling about me because they are like that. I have eyes, I have ears, I understand. I don't think that any of us really have a choice in this particular interest. But this one feels a little bit like the tables are being turned a little bit, which I think is interesting, especially since the next song is called Keeper. So I think that would be interesting. I don't know what that song's gonna be like, but shifting maybe from them being the one that's constantly in control to this one being, uh-oh, I also feel as if this person who is exactly my type and I'm starting to feel all these things about them that isn't just the giddiness, the initial attraction, or even just enjoying someone else being attracted to you, right? I feel like we all have had a moment where you find out that somebody feels a certain way about us, or it makes us feel more confident and attractive because we know that somebody is interested in us in some way. So that kind of shifting from that into something that feels maybe more of them being like, uh-oh, I also feel this way about this person. Ooh, Momo's voice there. Okay, I need Jill to not sing Baby like that. First off. Second, Momo's voice there at the end, getting a breathy. I feel like we don't get a lot of that from Momo because she has such a bright, pingy sound. She tends to use a lot of tension in her vocal cords when she's singing. So getting something that has a softer, breathier sound is always, it's just really nice from her to see a little bit of a different side to her voice. Obviously, there's still some stuff that I need to catch up on with Misamo and what have you. So that may be something that she's done more of and I just haven't caught up on everything yet. I'm trying, okay? I'm working on it. But also like these really fast cushion things happening, beat pads and stuff. Again, it almost feels like this heartbeat rapidly picking up of someone being nervous or feeling very giddy around this person, feeling a lot of things going on internally. We got like a little stutter at the beginning. The I know you want me, but also there's like a bit of a stutter and there's a little bit of uncertainty. Again, like more vulnerability being introduced into the dynamic. No comment on the lyrics. Vocals. Ooh, the like filter. Look, one. I need Sana to not sing maybe like that with the vocal fry in there, and then the filtered vocal almost feels like, I don't know, it feels almost like underwater, which I think is interesting given them talking about like falling for someone, thinking about them 24/7, them invading all of their thoughts and like all these different facets of their life because they're like, I can't stop thinking about this person, and how much I'm like, yeah, like you definitely like me, and there's a little bit of uncertainty there because when you feel very strong for someone, that's a vulnerability from your side, right? That is, you also, again, the power dynamic is different because that person also affects you in the way that you affect them. It evens out the playing field, which means that there is inevitably more vulnerability to that interaction. Having almost like this filter of feeling underwater, or it's almost like this overwhelm, or this suddenly you're like submerged and everything. You're like, uh-oh, I thought I was like floating above all this. I thought I was like in charge of what was going on. And now I'm lost in everything that's going on. I don't really know how to gain some of that power back or gain some of that almost like confidence, right? Because there was so much confidence in the previous song. And then having this one where it feels like there's more of that uncertainty leaking into it. What was the like rat, like, I don't know, almost like gears or something? It's almost like a clock. Momo, please. Interesting that we also had a pullback on the production, but it didn't get fully introduced back the way that I thought it would, because a lot of the time they pull back for a couple of lines and then we get this crash of a bunch of the production elements coming in. But this was like a much slower, gentler transition into us bringing back in some of those production elements. And I think that that's interesting too. Again, vulnerability of almost this not really rushing in, right? It's not this huge crash of emotions. It feels almost like this back and forth of them trying to reconcile the fact that they feel this way about somebody. It is becoming an obsession in a way, right? And also maintain some of that confidence and control over how they're feeling, right? It's this back and forth of, I know you like me, right? This idea of wanting reassurance, but also trying to be like confident in yourself or sure in yourself because you were at some point, right? Again, if we're thinking of the album as an overarching idea or like theme that we're walking through, why are all of these songs on this album and why are they arranged the way that they are? That's what it makes me think of, this almost transition of realizing that this is something that goes both ways. And because of that, it's a little more vulnerable, a little more on an even playing field in terms of the power dynamic between both sides. Love getting some of those softer, lighter, airier vocals from a lot of them. Again, more vulnerability in that of having softer delivery overall. And interesting with the clock almost like ticking and then it really ticks and ratchets up. Really cool sample to put into this. I hope that I was able to fully process that. I feel like putting in a song that I am absolutely taken out by in the middle of an album makes it a little bit trickier for me to pivot into getting the rest of the album done. I really like the vocal delivery and the contrast of it, and some of the lyrics are interesting. Noted. No further comment at this time. All right, I already have Sweetest Obsession stuck in my head, so I think that's probably a pretty good indicator of how I feel about that song already. Fine, okay, maybe it's a no-skip album. What else is new? All right. Keeper. I don't know. I feel like maybe we're gonna get something that's a little more sweet, perhaps romantic. I could be completely wrong. Just given the trajectory of the album so far, that feels like where we're going, but I could be wrong. Seems a little dreamy.
내게서 눈을 뗄 수가 없지.
A little vocal fry there.
넌 느꼈지. You know it, you should never let me go. 달빛 아래 조명 바다도 빛나. Rosy cheeks kiss the valley. 태미동 향기까지. Shining like peace matter, down like flower better. 마지막이 속삭여줄게.
Okay, what one? I need no whispering to be happening, especially if Dio is coming in. No whispering whatsoever. The mention of moonlight makes me think moonlight sunrise, which is already going to put my brain into a little bit of a tizzy. Also, we had the like metal as one of the lines, and then there's almost this sound of something against metal or like a metal scraping or something in like the production, like the storytelling there. This feels a little bit more, it feels like almost like a meet cute, which I like a little bit of a transition into a more of a meet cute feeling as opposed to like strategy that was like, you know, very forward. Love those vocals building too. You don't need to call me out on the Can't Hide Your Smile, because immediately the moment that chorus came in, I was like, that's so cute. I'm gonna keep that. Like, oh, that's so cute with the little instrumentation. I gotta finish my thought. I gotta not be too excited. I gotta take what's in here and verbalize it properly. Okay. Catchy. Cute. Love it. I like that we pulled back some of the elements. There's some kind of more simplified production things happening to just let that breathe, right? It feels like we're getting a rapping Momo, and I just, no. Look, I also entered a Momo phase and never got out, which I think pretty much means that I've biased every single person in this group, and I think I might just have to live with that, because I honestly don't know. Obviously, we always love all the members of the groups that we follow. And like sometimes I get into that like murky zone of, do I bias this whole group? And then I see something with my biases. I'm like, no. Again, love the whole group, but the biases hit different. Twice, I don't know. At this moment, if you were like, because we're not even focusing on like a single member here, right? This isn't me doing solo related stuff, and therefore I am like more inclined to be biased towards a specific person. If you're like, who are your biases in Twice? I'd be like, well, right? And I think that may just be the fate that I have to accept. I need Momo to leave me alone. With that like percussion coming in strong. And the bass. The little like glitch. Pause. Hold up. What do you mean you're gonna give me a bunch of Jungkook's lower range and then you're gonna make her rap? What? Whose decision was this? I just want to talk, and I just want to understand why they're coming for me specifically. I want to know what I did, because what do you mean? I was gonna be like, oh, the green light is cute, and then we had the little like glitch in the production, and then I got very promptly distracted.
That's right.
Unacceptable. And that vocal run? I heard that ad-lib. Oh, the vocal run there, Momo. And then you're gonna give me like a whole section with beautiful Dahyun vocals. Also, Taeyeon's voice sounds so cute in this part. I have already completely malfunctioned whilst listening to this album multiple times if we're counting strategy, which I feel like we have to. I just need them to leave me alone. I already love this group. I already love your vocals. I love your songs. I love your choreo. I love your fun content where you're just being your chaotic selves or just being sweet. I would literally watch you do nothing, okay? I don't understand why you're coming on so strong. I don't get why you have something to prove, because you don't. And I just need them to let me breathe. Is that too much to ask? Gorgeous. Ugh, the vocal run. I don't know what sound came out of me right there. Oh, I loved that. That was so good. I love the more simplistic chorus, but really catchy, really heavy on the percussion, bass, really fun. Just even like the vocal cadence of it, of flipping up, I'm a keeper. Like, that's so cute. And then just all of the other notes, all of the other things of them coming from me. I can't believe you had Junghyun rapping in a lower part of her range. I feel offended that you would do that to me. You just hide it in the middle of a song. I'm supposed to be able to prepare for that and then recover. What was that about? Also, so we had a really beautiful tone near the end. She got like one of the lines in the final chorus. Gorgeous. I probably had other thoughts, but I'm gonna be honest with you. At this point, my brain is just like, with this album, no skips. I'm saving all of it, listening to all of it, keep it rotating, right? That's where I'm at. I really don't know what to do with this album other than go into full neurodivergent special interest mode and just obsessively listen to it as many times as I actually can. What was that? What was, because like, again, adding in strategy and magical, this album is just everything. It's a little bit everything. It's the confidence, fun, sweet, whatever, like it was. And again, they keep surprising me with the different things that they end up doing with their voices. Like, even this one, where I feel like this album was a lot more leaning into just being like fun and synthy and like harkening back to like 80s dance music and just having a little bit of fun with this album, leaning into some of that kind of like giddy love, falling in love, being attracted to someone, feeling like confident and attractive, like that fun energy of that, as opposed to digging into some of the more deeper topics that I feel like they've done in other things. But even with that, them doing a bunch of new things with their voices, keep unlocking new levels of things that they're capable of doing, that I'm actually a little bit upset. I'm like, you can't keep being better. That isn't fair for the rest of us. Some of us are just mildly talented and passing. So I'm gonna need y'all to just like dial back a little bit. But it makes me excited to check out a bunch of the other stuff with this comeback. I know that it was like a little bit for me to get to this album. I get it, okay, but albums always take a little bit more time and I gotta schedule around it. But makes me excited to check out some of the stuff and desperately avoid some of it, because I honestly do not think that you'll ever hear from me again. Wow. Again, I'm gonna be listening to this album so much. Love this arc of going from the super confidence and self-assured feeling into some of the more vulnerability as we get to the last couple of songs of this album, and even going into Magical being the real last song of the album, being a very sweet, upbeat, festive song. So very much transitioning sonically throughout the album. Let me know what your favorite song is. I think it's pretty obvious which one's mine, but that being said, hey, I'm gonna have to listen to it all together, right? Like, I'm gonna have to listen to it with all the songs back to back to really know. So let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite, and if you want to drop like some things of, hey, here's some like other things that you need to check out, like performances or whatever. Who am I to tell you not to do that? Who am I to tell you not to suggest some other stuff that I need to look at for this comeback? Do what you need to. And I hope you enjoyed listening to that along with me. You can click this playlist to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to me next time I post a Twice reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.